Building a financial services business is all about growth, retaining clients, figuring out pricing, and yes, getting leads. It's unavoidable, right? But what's the secret to attracting leads or eventually clients, rather? Today, I'm going to share with you the 5 vital strategies that I believe you may not have heard before, but these strategies can change the way you approach your lead generation. The first thing is to curate the commonalities. In his book, Cash Advertising, Drew Eric Whitman talks about the fact that all humans, including your ideal prospect, by the way, has 8 biological needs and wants. They are survival, enjoyment of life and extension, enjoyment of food and beverages, freedom from fear, pain, and danger, sexual companionship, comfortable living conditions, to be superior or to be winning or keeping up with the Joneses, as we like to say, care and protection of their loved ones, and social approval. But that's a long list, and I don't expect you to remember all of those right now, but let me simplify this list by saying they all boil down to the need for everyone to have safety, significance, and relationship. So think about everything you've purchased or even just been attracted to during your lifetime, whether that be your job or a relationship or anything else. It's likely checked one of those boxes. So if you are putting out bait to attract your ideal prospect that doesn't include at least one of those 3 things, then you're probably doing something wrong. You might want to consider that these are ingrained, hardwired needs for every human and they can't be ignored. If you create bait that speaks to these things, then you will have accomplished number 1 successfully. The second thing is to define a differentiation point. What do I mean by that? Well, once you've established all the commonalities, you can now better understand how those segments essentially put people into certain categories. For instance, those that prioritize being superior or winning or keeping up with the Joneses or social approval might not hold the same perspective as someone that prioritizes survival. My point is that although we all have common needs, it doesn't mean that we all have the same preferences. Our differences create these preferences, and the same for your ideal prospect. So for instance, if you have someone that is in the workforce and they're working on Wall Street, they might be different than a self-employed content creator. Those 2 groups of people are different, and this is why you have to define differentiation points and choose a group to serve with your knowledge, expertise, and know-how. I've noticed that business owners place a different priority on saving for retirement than someone that is an employee, a W-2 employee, or works for someone. You have to be aware of these differentiation points because your bait or your content should be specific to that particular group of people you want to attract. Number 3 is to find their FAQs, frequently asked questions. You know, they're going to bed every night thinking about something, and you need to figure that out. One of the tips I shared to the group I spoke to this past week is the general laziness that I see from financial professionals. There's a tendency to do some of the work as it takes to get a client by researching them, but not to keep them. I mean, after you do all that work, don't you want to keep them? If you found your group of clients by brainstorming all their fears and pains and problems and things that they ask consistently, then you need to refresh that list constantly as you evolve and as they evolve so that you can find new ways to serve them better. There are a ton of ways to do this, by the way. You can ask for feedback from your existing clients to see what they think. You can form advisory boards. You can test out new content ideas to gauge the response. You can mastermind with other advisors. You can always use things like Google or ChatGPT to help you discover new and innovative approaches, but you got to keep working at it, is my point. You don't want to get lazy. You have to continue to do the work. Number 4 is to mobilize your marketing mechanism. What does all that mean, Dominique? So this is the tough thing I see a lot of financial professionals struggle with. It could be because they're, after doing all this work in the previous step, they just want to be done. You know, they're like over it. However, what I would propose is that instead of looking for a silver bullet, just have several bullets available to use interchangeably. Let's say you want to target business owners. You might use an approach allowing business owners to tell their story on a platform of your choice. We'll talk about that in just a second. To help them increase their influence or visibility in their community. Perhaps there are business owners in your own community doing great things, but they're business and their voice is just not amplified, and it needs to be. If you came along as a champion to them to not only highlight the work that they're doing to create a bridge to the community that they want to serve with their products or their services, then it's going to create a relationship, allowing them to trust you. So in mobilizing your marketing mechanism, you're picking an approach or an angle for the type of message or brand even that you're trying to create amongst whoever you want to serve. Let me interrupt you for just a second. Do you ever feel like you're on a constant treadmill, unable to attract the right clients or retain the ones that you have already? Maybe you feel like your services are undervalued, despite the immense value that you do offer to your clients. Listen, I've written a short but powerful 21-page ebook called The 3 Moves, The Proven Path to Growing Your Financial Practice. I've compiled the answers that address the 3 common pain points of all financial professionals of finding the right people, the right price, and the right service offering. I describe these 3 moves that you can make in your business starting right now that will actually double your revenues. This is a no-brainer. And if you want to double your revenue, all you need to do is just click the link in the description to get your copy and start today. I mean, what do you have to lose? Okay, now back to the video. Number 5 is to consistently create. I get the question all the time. So how long do I create content, Dom? Well, the short answer is forever. But let me tell you what I mean. Even when you reach your revenue goals for your business, you have an obligation to your existing clients to which you promise to serve them, to stay on top of things. So you will always be giving to them out of your reservoir of knowledge, which I believe looks like some sort of content creation. It may take different forms as you mature and evolve as an advisor or a financial professional. To my advisor that it's not quite there yet, but you're still working towards the goal of maybe hitting a certain revenue goal or, take-home pay goal, just know you can do more. If you're honest with yourself, you probably haven't created enough content to make yourself known to the people that you can serve. So if that is the case, definitely step up your game. Find a cadence that makes sense for you as far as time of day, time of week, time of month, and on a platform where you can actually be found by your ideal client. So there you have it, the 5 things you must know about getting leads in the financial services industry. I believe that implementing these strategies can really set you on the path to consistent growth and success. And remember, these aren't just theories. I shared them with a room full of financial professionals just like you who are now equipped to take their practices to the next level. I would really appreciate it that if you found this video valuable or helpful, that you would like it, you would comment on it, share it with others. Remember, there's no competition. Subscribe to the channel. Do all the things that you need to do in order to make the YouTube algorithms go crazy over this content. If you want to learn more about these type of insights, make sure you check out the video I did on the 5 attributes of a superstar financial professional. See you next time.